name's Joseph Erb, and I work at Cherokee Nation as a language technologist and the coordinator of the Remember the Removal bike ride. As an artist, I enter paintings, sculptures. I do a lot of copper work and make copper jewelry with Cherokee stories and language written on it. I like to use traditional stories a lot in my work, just so that they'll continue to put the stories out there back in the world and people will be wearing them. It takes a long time to do this work. There's a lot of different processes, from dealing with the acids to cutting out the metal to cleaning it up and polishing it, and then to finally finishing it up and then figuring out like how somebody would wear something like this. I think what makes my work a little different is I like to use the language on most of my pieces. So I like the syllabary to be somewhere in it often. I really like doing a lot of the old stories in there. And sometimes I just put the concepts of some of the ways we're dealing with technology today, and so I'll do some of that as well and put some cultural elements in it. The last 2 years I've been the coordinator, and so I ride along with them. I work on some of the historical elements of the tours and what we see. I work with the genealogists and the Trail of Tears organizations to schedule everything out as we drive through. And when we go from northern Georgia all the way through Tennessee and Kentucky and Illinois, it's an amazing experience. It's emotional because we trace it back to their families. And there's the whole trauma of honoring the people that caused us to be here in Oklahoma, where they survived this horrible event, and so that we could continue. And we try to honor that every year with 16 to 24-year-olds. When these guys start out, they're green. They're not familiar with how to not only ride the bike, but by the time they get back, not only are they seasoned in better communications with the outside world, but they're good representatives and good people, because they learn to bond and start to care about each other, because it's a rough trip. We're along very busy highways, and the reason we're able to get through it all, because we hold on to each other, we lift each other up culturally, and by the time they get back, they're a better person, and you can see that change. We're at a really strange period in our time. Our language could die out, much of our cultures can die out in this generation. And so I think it's important that we all do our parts and take our talents and give it back to the community and figure out ways that we can make our community stronger. Figuring out a way to make our community stronger is really important.